How's everybody doing? Just been a while since I've been over this, and let me just pull that out and shut this thing off for a second. And there we are. As you guys may know, made a couple videos about this particular generator. It's a Sportsman generator, inverter generator. Buffalo tools may come to mind. And I think the last video we made with this was around 3 years ago. This would be a long-time review of this particular Buffalo tool Sportsman generator. And I got to tell you, it is really a nice generator. And if you want to see some other things about this generator, up in the top right hand corner, whatever, may link you to a video or two previously made of this generator. But I just want to give a long-term 3-year review of this thing, and help anyone out that may be on the fence with this. This generator is rated 1,000 peak and I think 900 watts continuous. I don't know whether I would do any of that with this, but I could tell you for things under 500 watts, and believe me, I haven't pushed this generator real hard. For things under 500 watts, it seems to work very, very well, and it's proven the test of time. I mean, there's prices all over the place, all over the map on this generator, and around $125, maybe up to $225. It's not an Honda EU 1000. It's not, it's not meant to compete with those generators. It's a lot lighter. It's very, very light and very handy. And here you can see, going into our shed, it's hooked to a Schumacher smart charger, and it's in the process of charging a battery on a ride-around mower. It's easier to do this, to run an extension cord, just pick the generator up. But we have had no problems with this generator. One of the things I did want to point out, and I found this with a lot of the generators that come out of the East or China or somewhere there, or other lawn care products, weed whackers, their rating of octane versus our octane ratings are a little different. And I found that when I ran 87 and some of the import stuff from the East, including this, they were a little hard starting, and every once in a while they kick back and snatch the pull rope out of your hand, and it hurts. And I found over the long run to use 92 or 93 octane, and I I run just about everything with that now, and some people would have an issue with it, but that's what I found with this. If you're having trouble starting, or the start cord snatches out of your hand, try going to 92 or 93 octane. You won't. But that's it. I mean, this is proven. This was sitting, I live in the Northeast, and this was sitting in the garage where, God, maybe 6-8 weeks without running. It started on a second pull. And I've never had any real trouble starting it, even with 87. It's just what I talked about earlier. But we did find that it runs much nicer. Let me see, I'm going to go into the shade here for a second. I have it marked here somewhere. I guess it's on the side. Either that or it flaked off. Oh, yeah. Whatever the standard, if you have a manual that calls for more than 7.5 ounces of oil, use 7.5 ounces of oil. Drain the thing all the way down. Use 7.5 ounces of oil. This particular one, that was an update, and I think it's in all the new manuals. But in case you manage to get an old one and wonder why the unit's smoking, we've used 7.5 ounces of oil in this thing from almost the very beginning. And not quite. And in the beginning, I forget what the spec was, filled up to the top. And it would smoke, and I think some guys suffered hydrolock and blew the engines up. But the manual's been redone, and this has stood the test of time at 7.5 ounces. And like I said, it's been a very, very reliable generator. For the money you pay for this, should the day ever come where it doesn't work anymore, it doesn't pay to fool with it. Just throw it out, get a new one. These are very, very good and very well, in my opinion, worth the money. I'm not sponsored by Sportsman or Buffalo Tool, but these are if you got light duty stuff, under 500 watts, 500 watts or over, again, the spec, I wouldn't push it that far. I wouldn't push it that hard. But for the money, you can't beat these generators. You really can't. And we have 2 of them, and they're both fine. Anyway, you all have a nice day, and happy generating. And if your wants and needs are 500 watts and below, maybe pushing it on a startup, maybe 1,000 watts peak. It might work. I wouldn't beat them up too bad, but the kind of use that I give this generator, it's well worth the money. All right, guys, see ya. Hope I was of some help. If anyone was sitting on the fence looking at these and saying, oh, no, it can't be. No, it can be. They're good little generators. Bye now.